welcome to centre ring the first of our best of the best contenders, vying for $10,000, Louie the Isofidis. Louie Isofidis. Nick. And the last one of our contingent, Iron Man Carrol. And would you welcome to centre ring, yes, Carrol, the Iron Man. Louie Isofidis drawing a name. And Sam Soliman, Louie Isofidis in the first round. May Carrol. Westerman and Briggs. Westerman. Gurkan. Jarrod Curtis. Our first round quarterfinals.
Welcome to the Sports and Entertainment Centre here in Melbourne, the Glass House. By popular demand, back here tonight, kickboxing, something different, the best of the best, the K-3 Eliminator, $10,000 up for grabs. Welcoming also to ringside is Stan Longanidis and Tarek Solik. Stan, what a draw.
Oh, the atmosphere here at ringside is unbelievable. I'm so excited tonight. And looking at our screen right now, Jarrod Curtis making his way into the ring. He'll be coming out of the red corner with Gurkan Ozkan in the blue. This is going to be a great matchup, and some of the other fights coming up later. Ian, I'm really excited.
Oh, some strange expressions on faces when those draws come up. Peter Clark giving the competitors a briefing before they go into their first 3 rounds. 3 rounds for the first competition, 5 for the $10,000 deal. It's going to be huge.
And here we go. Jarrod Curtis offers the hand, but Gurkan says, I'm here for business. $10,000 is mine, and I'm going to take it. Jarrod Curtis walks around very comfortable, very composed. He looks very relaxed. Nice round kick. Doesn't really land on the mark.
Curtis, of course, in the black trunks. In the red trunks is Ozkan. Ozkan in the blue corner, and Curtis in the red.
Nice low kick there. Gurkan says, come on, doesn't hurt. Inside leg kick by Curtis.
Capacity crowd here tonight, really picking up on the action straight from the word go. These are 2 great athletes, and Ozkan, of course, would come into this bout as the favourite.
In this particular bout, he would, and that's one of his biggest attributes right there. The big straight right hand. Another right hand again. Gurkan Ozkan moves to his left and right. Nice kicking combination by Curtis. Gurkan Ozkan again, low kicks, big left hook, finds the mark. But not in trouble really at this point, Curtis. He feels pretty composed and looks relaxed.
Curtis knows he's got a tough customer on his hands, and I think he needs to get in there, get those points and get them quickly.
He's moving around, Curtis. He's not standing in front of Gurkan Ozkan. Big left hook, finds the mark. Low kick. Ooh, nearly hit clash there. Again, he's not standing in front of him, Curtis. He's standing 1, 2, move right. Big punches there. Nothing really landing. Gurkan Ozkan picking his shots very carefully here. He realised the concept of this fighting is tough. Ooh, nice little kick there. Doesn't find the mark. Yeah, Ian, this concept of fighting is 3-minute rounds. If you're going to win, you continue on. You're going to go backstage and check your bruises.
That's 2-minute rounds, Stan, and I think both fighters are doing pretty well out there. Gurkan trying to muscle in, get it close to Jarrod and try to catch him with big hooks, where Jarrod is working very smartly using the ring to his advantage, which is a taller fighter. I would love to see the outcome of this fight, because after this one, the winner has to fight the winner out of Briggs and Westerman.
It's certainly a big night, isn't it? A big night for all these guys.
Some good action there.
That was a big right hand there. Very, very good right hander, but I think the round is finished with that right hand. We'll see how they're going to come up on the next round and perform.
What was the reaction to the fighters when they were first contacted by you with this concept? Was it something new, something willing, or was there a bit of hesitation?
Well, it's different for Australia. I actually picked up the idea from Japan, and the promoter, Mr. Ishii in Japan, puts on K1s, K2s and K3s, which involve a lot of dollars. And we had fighters like Tosca Petridis when competed in the K2 in Japan. I believe we got Stan competed in the K1 later on the year. And then July 16, they have a K3, which the winner out of this one will automatically qualify to that one.
Stan, if you were fighting in this first bout here tonight, you've got to also remember you've got to do it all over again to have that chance to get that 10 grand this evening.
It's a very demanding concept of fighting, Ian. You know, you fight the first fight, and hopefully you do well and win, and not get too banged up. That's the key to this fight. I mean, you've got to go backstage, you've got to nurse those injuries, ice pack. Anyway, we're going into the second round now, and there's a lot of action there ringside, and the crowd, the atmosphere is, good spinning kick by Curtis. And Gurkan Ozkan, all these guys going toe-to-toe. Big left hooks and rights there by Gurkan Ozkan. And I think that might have stunned Curtis. He moves away, he's flicking that nose a little bit. It could be a little hurt there. But Gurkan Ozkan is not jumping on him. He's staying composed too, he's not walking into anything.
Jarrod's trying to fight back, which is impressing me. I really didn't think that Jarrod would have put up
big left hook again.
Such a good fight back with Gurkan, which is doing pretty well at this stage too. I do believe that Gurkan will be up front on the fight, but give Jarrod a lot of credit.
Jarrod, of course, is more ranger than Gurkan, but Gurkan, of course, a big heart, not frightened to get in there.
Absolutely, good check, right hand. Throws a jab, doesn't land. Curtis moving away. We've got to give Curtis a lot of credit. He took the fight on pretty short notice as well.
Gurkan's calling him.
He's saying, come here, let's do it. He drops his hands though. Right hand. Ooh, he drops the canvas. What happened there? Left hooks and right hands.
Oh!
Peter Clark jumps in. He seems to be warning Gurkan Ozkan about something there, Tariq.
I think it was the slip. I think he called the break as the slip went on, and Gurkan just kept fighting off the floor.
Okay, here we go. Curtis now, moving around. Got his hands low, right hand lands again. He throws a combination of his own, not that effective. Moves around very loose on his feet. Big wings there by Gurkan Ozkan. Big left hooks and right hooks. If they land, it's going to be a good night to Curtis. He's got his hands very low, very relaxed. Somewhat a little cocky looking at that point there, Curtis. Hopefully he doesn't pay for it.
A great science in its own right.
Oh!
Good left hook, good left hook.
I think I've got to tell you though, Curtis looks a little bit too confident. His hands are very low. He's a great guy, actually. Talking about this kid's character and image, he's a lovely guy outside the ring. But he's in a spot of bother here right now. Gurkan Ozkan wants to finish this early.
Yes, and I think Gurkan's starting to get a bit frustrated, thinking, hang on, something's going wrong. I still haven't managed to put in this fighter down. He did come into this fight very confident. Gurkan.
Oh, good right round kick. Lands on the head, and the bell rings. And I tell you what, Curtis there, a little grin on his face there, giving a touch gloves there with Gurkan. You know, Tariq, outside the ring, these guys are all pretty good sportsmen. They all get on very well. I've noticed a lot of these characters, and you know, Gurkan, a very popular character with his colleagues outside the ring. Jarrod Curtis, another one. Sam Soliman. We've got Mark May, who was loved by the Melbourne audience here when he fought with Gurkan last time. He definitely won a lot of fans in.
Absolutely. And the other thing I noticed, we've got a bit of blood coming from the nose of Gurkan Ozkan. Nothing major, but a lot of close contact, tough fighting going on, and points, of course, up for grabs to get up to that final tonight.
You know, Curtis is really trying to establish his attributes as far as jabs and his height. He has a lot of reach. He's trying to do that. He's moving away. He's not standing there toe-to-toe with Gurkan, and that's something that no one should do at that weight class. Gurkan's a very tough and very strong fighter, and I think Curtis is fighting a smart fight. As you can see in the corner there, Boyd Hooper, his trainer, a great trainer, some lovely young ladies there enjoying the show, and it's going to be a great third round here.
Round 3 coming up. This is the final, of course. One of these two great athletes trying to buy his way up to the next part of this great shootout for 10 grand here tonight. The best of the best. We're at the Glass House.
Here we go, third round. Very important round here. Probably more for Curtis than Gurkan. Curtis needs a big round here, I feel, to take the fight. Again, no one rushing, a lot of respect here. And I think more importantly here, Tariq, is that both fighters are concerned that if they win the fight, they don't want to get too hurt. That's what it's all about here. As you can see, Curtis on the ropes. Big wild punches to the body by Gurkan Ozkan. Throws a low kick. A low kick again, left hook, right hand misses. But Curtis comes right back. A lot of credit here for Curtis.
Should Curtis be using his range if he possibly can here?
Like he is right there. He's got his hands up high, catching the kick. He's using side kicks, front kicks, jabs to keep Gurkan Ozkan at bay. He doesn't need him to get in too close.
So this is a game of strategy as well as a kickboxing tournament. You watch this. In close again. Gurkan Ozkan in the red trunks. Going to try and force his way in again. Absolutely powerhouse. Have a look at the upper body of this young man. Very, very strong.
They're both in great shape. They prepared themselves. This is a big event here. The best of the best. Very important. The winner of this event will qualify for Japan's K-3. So this is very important, Tariq.
Well, I've actually invited every good middleweight and super middleweight in this country for this tournament, so we can get the best 75-kilo limit fighter in the country. People like Ian Jacobs and Alex Louie and everybody else was invited to this, and the 8 that we see tonight are the ones that's competing.
So it's been a great promoting coup to get this here, the first ever in Australia. And as I say, the young man who wins this tonight not only will do well, he'll be going to Japan, and that is a great accomplishment.
Big left hook, doesn't find the mark there by Gurkan Ozkan. Gurkan Ozkan is also the current world champion.
Super middleweight world champion.
That's right.
And like Ian just pointed out before, the winner will go to Japan in July 16.
Big punches here, Gurkan Ozkan. Let me intrude there, Tariq. Gurkan Ozkan, he wants to jump on him here. Curtis, oh, there's the bell. It's all over. Curtis and Gurkan Ozkan embrace. Two great competitors, great sportsmen, and I'm sure they'll be wishing each other the best, whoever goes on from here.
There's a decision coming our way. Who will go up in the next? And Ozkan's got it.
Gurkan Ozkan gets it. Gurkan Ozkan goes through to the second round. He will be meeting the winner between Paul Briggs and Westerman, so that's going to promise a good beauty there, Ian.
Oh, the height increasing kickboxing here. The Glass House coming alive for kickboxing here tonight. The Big 10 Grand Show. The two punters that are coming in, drawn from the hat at the start of the night. That's a nervous start for any night stand, but we've got Dale Westerman. He'll come out of the blue corner here tonight in the second bout of this great elimination process. And in the red corner, Paul Briggs, and he would be the favourite coming into this event.
That's correct. Most of these guys didn't know who they were fighting until that last second at 8 o'clock tonight, and it must be pretty exciting for them.
Adrenaline pumping.
What about the expressions on some of their faces, though, when they saw their draw?
I noticed Jamie Carrol when he drew Mark May, he didn't want a southpaw. Anyway, here we go. Paul Briggs and Dale Westerman. Very important fight here, and one a lot of people will be waiting to see.
Well, Paul Briggs is definitely the favourite on the show today from the phone calls that I've been getting over the last couple of weeks. He did come into this tournament as the favourite. I'm very curious to see what you got to show us tonight.
Well, you got to remember, Tariq, that he knocked out Ty King here in Melbourne, and he won a lot of fans that night, so they remember that night, Ian.
Yes, Ty King is one of the favourite heroes, favourite middleweight in Japan. And I heard a lot of hype up about that fight while I was in Japan.
Because this is the big chance for the future for these guys. Look at them going at it in this one. This is only the first round.
That's right. A lot of action here from both fighters. Very creative. They're mixing it up. High, low, boxing, kicking, inside, outside. They're incredible, these guys. And as you can see, very composed. Paul Briggs slips the punches there by Dale Westerman. I suppose people would have to say that Dale Westerman's best attributes would have to be his punching in this particular fight.
Yes, I do believe that Dale is a very good, very sharp boxer, and he also fights professional boxing at the same time.
Very close and very careful in some ways. I see Peter Cluck, our referee, in there, watching these guys intently because, again, the same question as the last bout. They've got to be thinking of the future. Look at this.
Absolutely. This is the best of the best. And these guys, the winner, will go to Japan. I tell you, every fighter here, all 8 of them, they want to be part of it. So as you can see here now, both fighters, jab by Dale Westerman, doesn't land. Nice low kick, which finds the mark by Paul Briggs. Paul Briggs, a very experienced Muay Thai fighter. He enjoys the knees, he enjoys the elbows. He loves it. There's a low kick again. But Dale Westerman comes right back. On the ropes, Paul Briggs. Dale Westerman using the body.
I think Dale just wants to sit in there with Paul, not give him the room to throw those big pie kicks.
That's right, I agree with you there. He wants to bridge that gap. He wants to go on his chest. That's what he's doing so far, and doing quite well at this point. Nice right hand, he staggers him, look like. Misses with a left hook. Paul Briggs, it looks like he's holding on. You guys think he's trouble or what? Is he in trouble?
Well, Briggs come into this, hasn't he?
He hasn't done a thing. Paul Briggs looks like he's in trouble.
Oh, would that have been relief for him, or what would that bell come? Straight back into their corners now. And, of course, respective handlers, there'll be some words of advice here.
Let me tell you, they're on the spot above there ringside. His father there, Mr. Briggs, he's got to clear his son's mind.
And because we've got these guys who are very, very talented, going over to the other corner now to have a listen to what's happening there.
Bryce
being very, very candid, isn't he? Very, very candid.
He wants to see his boy focus. He wants to see his boy looking at him in the eyes when he gives him instructions. This is a very, very important fight. A crucial second round coming up. And I tell you what, right at the end of that first round, I felt Paul Briggs was hurt.
Because this is the new wave, isn't it, for the another avenue open to kickboxing. This trip to Japan, this must mean so much. This next major step in promoting this sport in Australia.
Well, the fighter will fight in Japan will be fighting for $80,000 Australian, so it's a big step for these boys.
So it's 10 tonight, 80 up for grabs in Japan. Peter Clark waiting for the bell here, and it's box on, and we saw Briggs in trouble before the bell of this one.
Interesting to see how Dale tackles this second round. Paul Briggs looks pretty clear at this point. He seems like he's recovered, perhaps. Oh, nice uppercut by Dale Westerman.
Good kick by Paul Briggs there. Good inside kick by Dale. Slip.
Dale loses balance there, but I tell you what, I'm really excited. There's going to be a beauty here, and this is the best of the best, as you said earlier, Ian. And one fighter only we're looking for to represent this country. Dale Westerman, low kick. Paul Briggs wasn't checking on that occasion. Left hook.
Is he being a little bit too cautious, Dan? Briggs, I mean.
Well, I don't know. It's really hard to say at this point. Ooh, a right hand. I think he's taken a couple of shots that might have affected Paul. It was nice left hook again. He's in a spot of bother. He doesn't look clear.
I think Dale's dominating the fight at this stage then.
At this point, I would have to say at this point, he's ahead on points. Left hook
left hook again.
Inside leg kick. He's mixing it up. He's being very creative here, Dale. And people say all he can do is punch, but he's proving something.
Good body works, good uppercut, another uppercut.
Talks, toe-to-toe, they go on the ropes in the middle of the ring. Inside leg kick by Dale Westerman. Paul Briggs comes to the right round, left hook. The guys here on toe-to-toe, as you can see at ringside. I tell you what, this is a beauty, Ian.
Oh, this is amazing that this has been a complete turnaround of form, and it's the favourite who's on the back foot, if you like, at the moment. Have a look at Westerman.
Dale Westerman is walking through. He's full of tenacity. Paul Briggs, to me, looks fatigued at this point. He looks tired, even though it's the second round.
It's amazing, isn't it?
So far, I think the both matchups have been very good, and the boys are very equal.
Matchups have been excellent, and as I say, this will be a boil-over if Westerman gets up with this one.
Dale Westerman working inside now. Woo!
Big miss.
Left roundhouse kick there. Just missed the mark. If that landed, could have been good night. Westerman. Paul Briggs. You might remember a good friend of his, Ian Jacobs, knocked out Westerman with one of those kicks. So that's something he's thinking about right now.
Yes, correct. I was actually present at that day, and it was a very dangerous kick that put Dale Westerman out.
And the end of the second round here, and a couple of very fatigued fighters. Also, again, going back to our point, they've got to try and reserve themselves in the hope of getting up on that next level.
Exactly. I think at this stage that Dale Westerman will be up front on the fight stand.
At this point, we'll have to have him ahead. You know, at this point, I feel that Paul Briggs needs a very, very big third round, if not a knockout. I don't know. I hate to be judging this one because there's not a lot in it, but I would have to lean towards Dale Westerman at this point.
I think so too.
Briggs will have to come out letting it all go and picking up those valuable points because the judges situated around the ring along with the referee will be, of course, giving that big decision at the end of this round.
Ian, personally, you know, I'm looking very closely here at Paul Briggs, and he doesn't seem himself. He's not the same Paul Briggs that I saw when he knocked out Ty Kim that night at Melbourne at the Entertainment Centre. And you know, to me, I don't see him 100%. He looks a little glass in the eyes. He looks a little fatigued. He doesn't look clear. He doesn't look hungry. He doesn't look like the guy that I remember knocking out Ty Kim.
Well, the difference is Paul does fight with his knees. That's his specialty. And tonight he's fighting.
Okay, third and final round of excitement here at the Entertainment Centre in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Here they go. Ooh, nice jab by Paul Briggs.
Oh, Briggs has got to get back in this fight. He's got to get back in the points.
He needs a big round here, Ian, and he looks like he's doing so. He's working hard. He's got him in the corner, but you know what? Dale Westerman inside is working. He's a lot busier. Left hook again, but round kick there by Paul Briggs. Another round kick.
Good round kick.
Ooh, they land.
I think Ian's been loading those round kicks up on this last round.
Oh, look, he knows. He knows. He's got to play catch up here, and it's a very hard game in this profession.
Dale Westerman's going to have to be very cautious. Keep those hands up.
Good right hand by Paul.
He's getting tagged by a couple of punches there. Paul maybe picking it up a little bit here, trying to creep back into this fight. The crowd here ringside, absolute mayhem here, gone crazy. And let me tell you, Ian, the winner of this fight is going to be meeting who, Ian?
The winner of this fight will be fighting Gurkan Ozkan, the winner of the first fight.
Oh, and down. A slip, I do say. And Peter Clark quickly on the scene there. Westerman regains his composure. Both fighters back into the centre ring.
Little left hook there, off the cut by Paul. Nothing really landing solid at this point. You know, I think the stress and the anxiety of this particular event is taking a lot of energy out of the fighters. You know, this is only the third round, where normally these guys can fight 10, 12 rounds.
Oh, another big attempt by Westerman there.
Dale Westerman staying composed. You've got to keep those hands up. Nice round kick there by Paul Briggs, but blocked on the gloves. Nice right hand. Ooh, right hand by Paul Briggs. He comes up with some uppercuts. Paul Briggs now.
I think Paul's been more dominating on this last round compared to the first two. That was a good roundhouse kick there again.
But there's no doubt Westerman's trying to play catch-up here. Briggs has got to go on with it to win it. It's no good lying on your laurels.
Both guys now really looking inside. Paul Briggs, the bell rings and he has his hands up in the air. He feels confident, Derek.
Yes, I really want to see the winner out of this fight.
Ladies
Here we
and
go.
gentlemen, Judge Mark Corey gives it 29 Westerman, 28 Briggs. The card from Michael Vukovic gives it 30 Briggs, 27 Westerman, one each. The final card, John Pascusi, 29-28, Dale Westerman. Polish time.
It's all been happening here tonight at the Glass House. So far, the blue corner, 2 victories. What will it be in bout number 3? Mark May and Jamie Carrol. Jamie Carrol in the red, Mark May in the blue. Stand 2 good punters.
Well, let me tell you something, Ian. I recall when those names were picked out of the hat, and Jamie Carrol got Mark May. I'm sure he was a little disappointed because I remember him preparing for this particular event, and he did not need to come up against Southpaw. So it's going to be interesting to see how he tackles Mark May. Mark May won a lot of fans here in Melbourne, as we recalled earlier. So it's going to be a beauty here. Round one coming up from Mark May in the blue corner, Jamie Carrol out of the red corner, with Kalakouris in his corner, helping him out while Danny Goodson is overseas.
Jamie Carrol, of course, in the black trunks with the gold piping, and Mark May in the plain black trunks.
Mark's definitely the favourite for this fight, just like Paul Briggs was, and actually it was a bit disappointing, Paul losing on the first round.
Here we go now. Mark May, he's very confident, you know, arrogance in his little grin and smile, and he's something about him that people enjoy watching him. He's got a bit of charisma about him, Ian.
He's a character, there's no doubt about him. Won a lot of fans here in Melbourne recently with his last fight, and we'll see what he can do tonight. This is round one.
Both fellas straight into action. Nothing really landing at this point. Working the body, Mark May. Jamie Carrol throws a left hook, doesn't land. Mark May, he's on top of him, he's pressing now. On the ropes is Jamie Carrol. Oh, straight left! Yes. Oh, he's in trouble! Mark May's going to land him out! He wants to put him out! He wants to put him out in the first and go through without any injuries. And Jamie Carrol, to me, looks like he's in a lot of trouble here.
Peter Clark realised it quickly, got him back into the neutral corner, and have a look at him, he looks a bit groggy.
He's in trouble. Peter Clark looking closely. Peter Clark even looks at the doctor.
Oh, what's Mark May now?
Mark May, inside leg kick. Left hook again. Big uppercut. Working the body. Under and over by Mark May. He wants to stop it. He's in trouble. Referee Peter Clark watches closely. It's all over. I'm sure. It is all over. Even though Peter Clark unenthusiastically waves his, it's all over.
What a victory for Mark May. Mark May out of the blue corner. That's 3 wins for the blue corner here tonight. They're going to step up into this next arena. And let me tell you, it's going to be a tough son that gets out there and does it with Mark May tonight.
Yes, I definitely think he looks like the favourite right now at this stage tonight.
1 minute 45 seconds into the first round. Would you congratulate the mighty Mark May? Jamie Carrol.
What can you say about this next bout coming here to you from the glass house tonight? But a grudge match. There's no doubt about it. Louie Isofidis, Sam Soliman. Tell me about the last time they met.
Well, I was there last time they met, and actually it was a very close decision win for Louie Isofidis, and I believe that Sam is going to try his best.
Look at this, guys. Look at Louie the Ice.
Oh.
Is he dressed up for the occasion? Is he here tonight to war? This guy, he's a very proud Greek, and he's resembling here Alexander the Great tonight.
He wouldn't exactly be inviting him out to supper, would he, right at the moment? And going around, of course, great costuming here. The crowd rising to the occasion, Stan. The atmosphere here at the Glass House is electric.
Well, let me tell you something, Ian. These guys have met before. Louie, the Ice Isofidis, beat Sam Soliman last year, so Sam's looking for some sweet revenge here, as well as qualifying to the next round. So it's going to be a very important fight. These guys have met before. They know what they're about. It's going to be interesting to see how they tackle this one now.
3 rounds, Eliminator Bout number 4 coming up here. Of course, all aspiring to that $10,000 here for first prize, and of course that trip to Japan to do it all. And of course this is a new concept to Australia, and what an exciting one. How successful tonight. They're in the ring. This is the start of a 3-round winner-take-all in their minds.
That's right. Combinations by both fellas, nothing really landing.
Well, what we're going to watch out on this fight is both these boys are very good kickers, very good high kickers. We'll see some fancy kicking on this bout, I believe.
That's exactly what they want to see. They want to see an exciting fight, a creative fight, a fight with high kicks, spinning kicks. You know, these guys are capable of doing that, Ian. Louie the Ice in the white trunks, black with red piping is Sam Soliman. Yes!
Determination, though, isn't it? Neither one wants to give the other an inch. That's what happens when such close competition calls.
Well, that's the sort of attitude you've got to have in the ring. You know, let him pick himself up off the ground instead of me. You know, everything counts. Yeah, we saw earlier fights, fighters were fatiguing quite early. Inside leg kick. This is the mark. High kick. That's the fourth there by Louie the Ice. These guys picking up the pace now. Again, Louie Soliman demonstrating some power there, throwing Louie around. And also Soliman complaining to Peter Clark, the referee, for the holding.
Yeah, it's very hot about that one.
Right low kick by the Ice. Soliman tries to press a punch into it. Doesn't really land. These guys really measuring up early. Left hook again. 2 left hooks there by the Ice. Soliman. The Ice thinking about using his heel on the back of the calf, which is an irritating technique. Left hook misses the mark.
It's an interesting comment, that, an irritating technique, and I think that's one of the little things that you need to unnerve your opponent.
That's what it's about. That's a technique that not many people use, but when it does, it's very effective. Corking your opponent's calf. Something that Louie does quite often, and I'm sure we'll see more of him in the next couple of rounds. He drops his mouth guard there.
Peter Clark hasn't noticed it, but I'm sure it's to be brought to his attention in a moment. And the bell. Well, that's fixed that one. I know Soliman also wearing different type of dressing on the bottom part of his legs.
Shin pads. That's optional at this point. Tarek, you can elaborate for us in the promoter of this event.
It wasn't optional on the beginning of the promotion, but on the night we had a situation where Sam had a little problem with his shin, and the doctor allowed it, and the rest of the fighters didn't contest, so we let it go through.
Well, that was good sportsmanship on their part, because we're seeing a great bout here, and he's a great man himself. Come on, good advice.
Very, very respected trainer, and has a great stable of
Well, that guys you looked up to when you were starting your career, these men.
I appreciate that and acknowledge that all the time.
Some great words of wisdom from our world champion. We've got, of course, this competition going into the second round of this bout. This is bout number 4 in this elimination. 3 wins to the blue. We'll see if the red can get up this one. Sam Soliman coming out of the red here with a protective gear just below the knees. He's in the red and black trunks, and of course the white trunks is Louie Isofidis. And let me tell you, it's about to start.
Here we go, the pony versus the Ice. What can happen here? And the Ice goes to the deck again. He seems to be falling a lot. I don't know whether it's Slippery Campbell's or not. But anyway, here they go again. K-3, front kick. Makes him pay with that low kick. Spinning kick, just misses the target. And a
good spinning kick.
It wasn't, didn't land, but it looked effective for the judges to watch. And again, not very good balance there by the Iceman.
Best display of kicking we've seen all night in this
so
in
far,
this competition.
Fair to say, fair to say. With the Ice, low kick. Whipping kick just doesn't mark on that occasion. The crowd's coming out.
Couple of short little knees there, Stan.
The Iceman to wipe the gloves. The Ice on the right, the pony on the left. Ooh, a low kick. And again, the balance of Louie tonight. Jumping spinning kick. Again, doesn't find the mark, but at this point, you've got to say Soliman looks more creative.
It's all about timing, and if they can get the timing together, especially Soliman, he's going to be able to result.
You realise these guys are fighting more like a chess game compared to the other fighters.
Yep. The other guys are more tenacity and more aggressive. These guys are sort of like waiting to see who makes the mistake. Front kick.
Good front kick there. Good leg kick by Sam back.
And of course, the winner of this fight fights.
Turning inside. Inside leg, Sam.
Fights Paul Briggs.
Yes, the winner out of this fight will fight the winner out of fight number 3, which is Mark May, that we just saw before.
Tough stuff. As of course, we've seen Peter Clark walk in there again, separate these two. Just reminding you again that the trunks of Sam Soliman are the black with red piping.
And, Soliman lands the right hand. The guy's starting to cut loose now, picking up the pace.
All important points.
Left hand kick.
Round 2.
Second round.
2 bouts so far going down to points, and one is a TKO. That was Mark May in the 3rd bout here tonight. This is bout number 4.
Well, Tarek, at this point, how do you see the fight? How do you feel that Soliman's going at this point?
Like I said, this fight's a bit more different. It's more like a chess game. Both boys are very nice kickers, and they're trying to kick each other with a lot of flank kicks, but they're slipping.
Right, birds whistle in there, talking to Louie Isofidis, as we see Dave Hitchcock Jr. talking there with Sam Soliman.
Just an intention that Bryce Bursell is the only trainer on the night that's got 2 fighters in the competition, which is going to be very interesting to see if both boys make it to the final, which corner Bryce will be sitting on.
That's a scenario I've not thought about.
Well, basically, he had 2 opportunities for a 10 grand, basically, for his camp.
Well, of course, the money is now up for grabs for these guys. One of these guys is going to be going on, and one is all over for the night. We're going to see who it is. Soliman on the right, small touch of gloves, and Isofidis on the left.
Sam Soliman throws a kick. Oh, comes back with a kick of his own there. The ice left hook, right low kick. Very aggressive this third round here.
Oh, furious.
Both fighters are demonstrating some excellent kicks during the first 2 rounds. But once again, Soliman showing he has the power, and he's really...
It's back to what Tarek said before too, isn't it? That there's kicking all the time. It's been the best display all right through the night, and of course it's unbalancing them in certain points at the of the ring mats. We'll see what happens now. Peter Clark's let him go, and it's furious stuff.
Soliman, I'm surprised Peter Clark this one has a warning. A jumping, spinning kick again by Soliman. He's trying a few of those.
Oh, that could have been a bit nasty.
And the crowd enjoys watching that too.
The crowd is really behind the fighting here tonight. I think they're absolutely thrilled to see the way the draws have come up.
Sam Soliman, Louie the Ice, Isofidis. Who's ahead at this point? It's very close. Some critics lean me here think that Soliman's ahead. Others think the Ice is ahead. Who's going to win this round? Very important round here. Again, using that technique that I was telling you earlier, Ian, with that calf. Soliman talking in close there, talking to the Ice.
Well, the winner of this fight will be fighting the favourite, I believe, on the night right now is Mark May.
It's going to be a tough fight, isn't it?
Mark May, Gurkan, 2 to look out for. Paul Briggs out of the corner, of course, at this point. A lot of holding on going on. Peter Clark warning both fellas. Very low hands. Just slips there, Soliman. Very lucky not to get caught. Both fighters look a little fatigued. Oh, a nice front kick. But comes right back, Soliman, toe-to-toe. Soliman, uppercut hook. Oh, nice front kick again by the Iceman. And Louie the Ice Isofidis lands some good front kicks, trying to follow through some punches. Soliman, hands very low, looks very tired.
See what sort of stamina, and the bell. Let's see what sort of stamina the Iceman has got, if in fact he wins this after receiving those 2 big kicks and has to go on and do it. I mean, that's a big ask, isn't it, out of a young guy?
It's going to be interesting here. We'll go to our ring announcer in a minute, Howard Lee.
Steve Irving there, I see, in the corner.
By 1 point, and the winner from the red corner, Sam Soliman.
Well, it's 3 and 1, 3 for the blue, 1 for the red.
Oh, very disappointed and shattered.
Now we going on to some normal bouts, just so that the best of the best fighters can take a rest, so they can come back for their second bouts on the night. At this stage, we got Christofi in the blue corner, and his opponent George Castro in the red corner. George Castro is trained by John Skeeter, and Christofi trained by Jade from Sunshine. And the bout's on already. Pat coming in dominating with a few front kicks.
Christofi in the black trunks on the left. George Castro in the blue with yellow piping. Very important fight for Christofi here. Nice combinations. Oh, Christofi, he jumps right on top of Castro. Castro covering up, throws a wild punch of his own. Doesn't land. Christofi tries a low kick, gets caught with the right hand on the occasion. A round kick of his own. Christofi with that knee brace on his right knee, suffering an injury a couple of weeks ago, but he's there again tonight. And look at that big left hook there by Castro, just misses the mark. Christofi in great shape. Evidence there of hard work that he's prepared himself for this fight. He really wants to win this fight. Castro being aggressive, pushes Christofi on the ropes, and the referee Joe Lanciano warning for the holding and pushing.
Joe Lanciano, of course, be watching these guys very, very carefully. Very aggressive, the support bout here tonight. Castro taking it up to Christofi again. Christofi, the taller of the two.
Christofi, at this point, I think he's so far ahead in this round. Big right hand by Castro on that occasion. Big punches, no one landing at this point. Low kicks by both guys. Uppercuts there by Christofi.
I think Christofi is looking pretty good at this stage of the fight stand. And
well, let me tell you.
I just hope that his fitness usually lets him down. If his fitness goes through, he should do very well in this fight.
He's doing very well at this point. I think he surprised a lot of people. Nice long jabs. He's got his hands down. A lot of touch of arrogance there by Christofi. Trying to develop some confidence, perhaps. He's holding on there, which is smart. You know, you've got to be smart. You've got to hold on if he's in close like that. Let the referee break it up. And it's a good little move there. George Castro Jabs, right hands. He's using that overhand right. Hasn't landed at this point. Christofi starting to breathe a little heavy there. Now they're starting to open up. Inside leg kick, and there's the bell. It's a good round for Christofi.
Yes, it's a good round so far, and that's what I was worried about, that heavy breathing. If that comes in more often towards the end of the fight, and if it goes the distance, he could be in trouble.
Well, let me tell you guys, I spoke to Christofi a little earlier before the event, and he told me that, look, he said, Stan, I know I don't have all the natural ability. I know I'm not a great fighter, but I'm enjoying it. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going out there and giving it a go. More than some people can say out there that never had put on the gloves and don't have any idea what it's like in the ring. So I've got to give him credit for that. You know, he's training, he's learning, and he's slowly getting there. You know, he's working hard. He's not, like I said earlier, he doesn't have the natural ability. He's not one of these naturals. He works very hard to get where he is. As you see now in the corner with John Sheeter, George Castro, following instructions by John Sheeter from Sunshine. John Sheeter, of course, has another great fighter with, what's that fighter's name?
Anthony Vella, just in the corner they were helping him out.
There you go, Anthony Vella.
Okay.
We go into the crowd there, and people enjoying the show, and a few concerned faces there, probably following their fighters.
Absolute capacity house here tonight, which is great. Kickboxing is gathering momentum as it goes along, and I think there's
the martial arts control board there looking very closely too, as you notice.
Indeed, and I think there's a statement in all of this as we go into round number 2.
Nice front kick,
and that's it. It's not a bunch of street fighters.
Good round out kick there by Pat.
Technically expert guys out here who are absolute athletes.
That's right, and good ambassadors for the sport and role models. Here we go now, back to the ring. It's the second round of 2. Joe Lanciano, the second round of 3 rounds.
2 different styles here.
Overhand right by Castro again. Nothing really landing. Christofi holding on. Referee Joe Lanciano breaks him apart. Castro coming forward. Low kick, doesn't land. Christofi moving around. It looks pretty free at this point, Tariq. It looks pretty comfortable. Oh, he gets one there. Ooh, I wonder if that's affected him a little bit. He holds him in a headlock, waiting for the referee to break him up.
Joe Lanciano having a couple of words to him about it, but it's all part of the game. Castro bringing the fight up to him again, just charging in. We've got Pat just sitting back, trying to be rangy about it. He can't afford to be at this time. He's got to take the fight more up to Castro.
I think
uppercuts there by Christofi, but nothing really effective.
Pat just hurt himself a little bit in that round from what I just noticed. He's been pulling that left leg of his back.
Seems to be limping a little bit. He's under a spot of bother. He's trying to not show anything to Castro. Castro coming in again, more aggressive front kick. Overhand right by Castro, misses the mark. Left hook there by Castro. Overhand right, left hook. Oh, nothing really landing, but doesn't look good for Pat at this point. Pat's got to come back if he wants to win this round. So Christofi, hands up.
Speaking to Pat earlier on, and
right hand by Castro.
He has got a few physical problems that maybe he should not probably be in one of these fights. But he's just trying to prove a point himself to come back and try his best and tell himself that he can do the sport.
Toe to toe, both fellas at the moment. Christofi in the black trunks. George Castro from Sunshine in the blue trunks with gold piping. Nice jab by Christofi. Another jab, but he gets caught with the right hand.
Good overhand there.
Oh, Christofi's in trouble.
Good overhand by George Castro there. And
just on the bell.
Right on the bell. Pat right at the moment would be welcoming that bell, be sitting down, be taking it all in where it's all happening and where he needs to go from here and point. And if in fact what Tariq said is correct, you know, he is trying to prove something to everybody. He's had to overcome injury. That's a big ask from everyone. I don't think anybody appreciates how much stress and strain is out there. Apart from the man sitting in the middle of a stand, of course, that's a big thing to overcome these problems. Well, you got to understand, he's not a natural, as I said earlier. He hasn't been training for a long time, and he wants to go in there and have a go. And let me tell you something. Tariq will vouch for this. I mean, he's got a great following. You know, he gets quite a few hundred people to come to watch him, and he's really working hard. He's not a natural. He says it to me all the time. He goes, I don't care what people say about me. I enjoy it, and I'll tell you, I'm going to win my next one coming up. So hopefully he can put it together here tonight. He obviously first won at your door when you were just about to put a show on.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
He's first one at your door to put his name down when you want to put a show on.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, well, good on him. Well, we'll see how Pat goes now. If he can regain his composure. Of course, the ranger of the two fighters. And George Castro, his opponent here tonight. The shorter of the two, Joe Lanciano, the referee at centre ring, calling Castro up. Joe Lanciano called it, and there's the third and final round.
I think the fight's pretty even, so whoever takes this round should take the fight out.
Oh, Castro straight into it there. Attempted an uppercut. Didn't quite come off the way he wanted it to. Referee calls. Fight on. Christofi, I think, still under... Oh, a big left hook there landed by George Castro.
Christofi, I still feel that he's got a problem, Tarek, with that leg of his.
He does look like he's got a problem with that leg, just the way he's trying to shape up.
However, Castro hasn't got onto it, though, has he?
No.
There's that leg kick he just copped there. Christofi on the ropes. He's in trouble. He's fatigued. He's tired. He's holding on. Referee Lanciano breaking it up. Calling for timeout here, Lanciano. Taking George Castro to a neutral corner. What's Lanciano doing here? I'm not quite sure. I think Christofi's got a problem.
For holding?
I'm not quite sure. Anyway, referee lets it go on. Jab by Christofi. Right hands by Castro. A bit sloppy, not really landing. Not much there, really, at this point. Not the most exciting fight so far seen this evening compared to the guys from the best of the best, you know?
No, but then again, one has to say that both of them, they're doing their best, and that's exactly what's happening. Castro going in very hard now.
Christofi's hanging in there, showing a lot of courage. He's in a lot of pain, but he refuses to go down, Tarek. He refuses to go down. You've got to give him a lot of courage.
Oh, what a heart.
Yes, he's definitely putting all his heart in there. I don't think at this stage it's his heart that's keeping him up.
Oh, have a look at this.
He's in trouble. Castro sensing victory here. Short left hook, doesn't really land. Both guys look like they're ready to collapse. Christofi in trouble. He's in trouble in that corner. In the blue corner, he's holding on.
Talking about comparing the fights from this one to the other ones before.
Lanciano now sending Castro back to the neutral corner. Have a look at Christofi. He can hardly hang on to the ropes, and Lanciano will be watching him very, very carefully.
Christofi in trouble. He's in trouble. Can he hang on for a few more seconds? Christofi showing courage. He's holding on. I think he's got a lot of problems with that left leg, Tarek. Ian, how do you see it? He seems like he's really hobbling on that leg.
Yeah, I'm amazed that Castro hasn't tried to capitalise on it a lot more. He's starting to do some leg work now, but it's been a long time coming. Oh, right cross there.
Christofi hanging on.
I think Pat just wants to finish the fight at this stage.
And there's the bell. There's the bell. Two very, very tired athletes.
Christofi, George Castro. Let's go to Howard Lee. George Castro.
Next fight coming into the ring. This will be a beauty. It's all about to start. The eliminations here tonight. That's some exciting stuff. Returning here is Gurkan Ozkan.
Yes, it's the first of the semi-finals at this stage between Gurkan Ozkan and Westerman.
So this is going to be Malcolm Palmer in there to be the third man in the ring. Now this guy would be bringing with confidence too. He went in as the underdog and won bout number 2 here tonight to get in with Ozkan.
Yes, actually Westerman and Gurkan Ozkan has fought before and it's gone the distance, so it's going to be very interesting to see the second time they meet.
Westerman on the right, Ozkan on the left, very similar trunks. Westerman the blonde-haired guy and Gurkan with the dark hair.
I think that's the only thing that we can separate them with at this stage in their gloves.
I think we can say the white gloves is Westerman and Gurkan Ozkan. And both guys showing respect. Using more of their boxing ability. Nice low kick there. Gurkan Ozkan, hands up very high. He knows that Westerman's got good hands. Show some respect. Low kick defense there by Gurkan Ozkan. Westerman. Ooh, nice little combination with the right and left.
Gurkan never appears to make a move unless it's for a purpose. He's very staid.
Ooh, nice right round kick. Nice kick there by the Turkish champion. Gurkan Ozkan on the right of your screen. Westerman on the left with the white gloves. Whipping kick there by Gurkan. Doesn't land. Jab, right hand, just misses the mark. Very composed, both guys here. Taking the shots very clearly, very carefully. Combination. Nothing really landing. Good defense there by Gurkan Ozkan. Checks the kick, comes back to the right hand, left jab. Walking up now. Backing Westerman up a little bit. Jab. Low kick there by Gurkan. Andy. Most effective kick so far in this fight with that low kick. Low kick right there. Ooh, wild right hand, just missed the mark. Ooh,
good left hook, good left hook.
Left hook there by Gurkan Ozkan.
Oh, fast hands there.
Picking the shots, trying to make him miss and make him pay. Left hook,
good left hook, right hand.
Yes.
Nice kick there as well. Nice kick there by Westerman also. Dale's very composed. Although he's been hit with a couple of punches there, he stays composed. That's it. Bit of a wild left hook there by Dale. Gurkan Ozkan keeping his defense there. Good defense there.
Well, gentlemen, what can we say? Great display. Round 2.
We're back in round 2.
Happening very quickly here.
I believe we
lost.
lost.
First of the eliminations. This is round number 2. The underdog would have to be Westerman with the white gloves. But he's making a meal of it, if you like, because what he's trying to do is prove beyond all doubt that he's a capable man to go to Japan here tonight. But Gurkan Ozkan, he's got other plans.
Well, exactly. Ian, Dale has gone the distance with Gurkan before, even though he's lost to him, and I think he's putting up a very good fight with him right here now tonight.
Gurkan Ozkan. He really wants to win this one tonight. He feels he's the man that should be taking off for Japan, as Ian said earlier. Big punches, doesn't really land there. But to me, so far, Dale Westerman looks very composed. He's picking his shots. He's not going too crazy. He wants to finish this fight strong. He doesn't want to look tired like the last couple of fights. Moving around the ring and making Gurkan miss. And Gurkan doesn't like to miss. He gets frustrated when he misses, as you can see right there.
Oh, both boys are just in the corner calling each other.
And the referee there, Malcolm Bullman, says, come on, fellas. People paid money to watch this fight. Big punches there, but don't land.
I think Gurkan's getting a bit frustrated from the first fight to the second. His opponent's just running around him instead of just sitting there blowing out with him, which he likes to do.
Very aggressive there by Westerman at this point. Nothing really landing, though. Big punches being thrown, but again, nothing being landed.
Amazing atmosphere
Nice
here
right
tonight.
hand left hook there by Dale Westerman.
Showing an amazing atmosphere. Rising by the moment here.
Enjoying it here. Gurkan Ozkan pressing a little now on Dale Westerman. Dale Westerman towards the ropes. Big punch, nothing lands, but Westerman comes back.
Oh, good right hand there.
Turn.
Good shot right at the end.
Not much in that round, my personal opinion.
Both fighters glad to see their corners.
You're doing very good. Jamal Hassan there. And you're doing very good. You're doing very good, he's telling Gurkan. Gurkan there trying to keep his eyes closed while they're watering him.
We're really going to see the depth of these fighters tonight. The first time ever. 2 opponents in one night.
Yes, I think it's the first time they're both doing that, and it's pretty hard for both of them. And the winner will be having a third opponent, which is going to be even harder.
Mouse on the left side there on Dale Westerman. Bryce Portman giving instructions there. Dr. Lewis in the corner also checking his injuries. Jamal Hassan there with Claudio in the corner with Gurkan Ozkan. This is going to be the second of 3 rounds in the semi-final here this evening. Once again at the Entertainment Centre in Melbourne, Australia, the best of the best by Carrick Solek, KO Promotions here in Melbourne. And here we go, Gurkan Ozkan in the left. And this is the 3rd round actually.
Yes, this is the final round.
3rd and final round, I should have said. Gurkan Ozkan on the left, Dale Westerman on the right. Very important round.
Who do you have up front at this stage, Stan?
Very close at this point. I'd hate to be judging it, to be honest with you, but I thought that Gurkan might have landed a couple more solid ones, but not much in it.
Well, let's watch this 3rd round very carefully and see who's going to take it out.
This first of the eliminators. This is it, down to the wire. One of them up.
Left hook, right hand, doesn't really land. Both guys very cautious. Good head movement there by Gurkan. Low kick, right hand. Dale Westerman comes right back. Oh, these guys going toe-to-toe.
Corner watching on carefully. Referee here tonight at this first elimination. And this is, of course, they've been through their preliminaries, they're into the eliminations, and then the final to come.
We should also mention that Malcolm Bullman is very, very experienced boxing referee. Recently made the transition to kickboxing referee now, so he's done a lot of kickboxing as well. Gurkan Ozkan now stalking a little bit. Dummy jab there by Gurkan. Stalking. Nothing really happening at this point. Dummy jab, low kick, straight him up.
Oh, big right hand, big right hand.
Oh, these guys going toe-to-toe. The crowd going crazy. Gurkan Ozkan throwing punches, not landing on that occasion. And they hold on, and Bullman will break them up.
Oh, we had the crowd at their seat there for a minute, didn't we? It was amazing stuff. What a tough fight.
Right hand. Left. Oh, toe-to-toe they go.
Both boys deserve a big credit here.
Oh, look at this. They're going wild. Wild punches there by Gurkan Ozkan chasing Dale.
And getting a bit frustrated too. Good right hand again.
Oh, and they come out.
Oh, another right hand.
Toe-to-toe. And Westerman.
And a left
And, oh, this is great. This is excellent. The crowd going wild here. That's the end of the fight.
Now we wait.
Gurkan's looking a bit confident there.
Judge Michael Vukovic gives it to Ozkan by 2 points, 30 to 28. Judge Mark Corrie gives it to Westerman, 30-29. The final card, Judge John Buscusi gives it 29-28. Gurkan Ozkan.
Gurkan Ozkan goes through to the final then.
And the chance for $10,000 here at the Glass House.
Now,
Second elimination.
Second elimination between Mark May and Sam Soliman.
Oh,
The winner out of this one will meet Gurkan Ozkan on the main event.
please sit back in your seat, fasten your seatbelt and prepare yourself. This is our second elimination. They've been through the prelims. This is the elimination. The winner of this one meets Gurkan Ozkan in tonight's final for $10,000. A chance to go to Japan and a lot of money and a lot of future for kickboxing.
Yes, talking about a lot of money, this game has been growing a lot lately in, and like I said, we're going to be fighting for $80,000 in Japan. I've seen people fight for K1, K2s for $200,000, $250,000 Australian there, and I believe the promoter will be putting one together very soon for $1 million in Japan.
And this is our start here, isn't it, tonight? This is the real thing. This is Mark May and Sam Soliman in round one of this Eliminator semi-final. This is the second one here tonight, and May comes to us. He's had a knockout or TKO so far tonight, and of course Soliman is nobody's sook.
Absolutely. Sam Soliman's here to fight, and he's prepared himself well with that his trainer. Mark May, of course, we've talked about him earlier this evening. He's a great fighter, great ambassador, role model, and a lovely young guy to meet. But anyway, into action here. Blue corner.
Good step out by Sam.
Sam Soliman's strike out and he's some good body work there.
You've got to watch out Sam here, because he's going to be very shifty and tricky the way he fights with guys like Mark May or Gurkan Ozkan. He will tie him up, and on the way in or out, he'll just put a couple of little punches and kicks. Good right hand there. Good right hand.
Got him up there? No. Malcolm Duma says no. I thought it landed, but it's going to slip. Spinning kick again. All right hand by Mark May on that occasion. These guys are starting to unleash. It's going to be a good fight. On the ropes is Mark May.
It's getting towards the pointy end of the competition. This is serious stuff.
Well, these guys
I think Sam Soliman's doing pretty well up here, Steve.
He's jumped on Mark May early, so no fear, no respect. You know, he's going to prove why he's going to be in that grand final tonight. Uppercut just misses. A little sloppy there by both guys. A wild kick there by Soliman, just misses. Very stalking style there by Mark May. Walks up, drops to the left and right, kicks out a jab. Very stalking. Right inside leg kick there by Soliman.
One to the final and one all over for the night. Who's it going to be?
I went up to meet Gurkan Ozkan for $10,000. Right-handed by Soliman. Hits him up.
Good right hand again by Sam. I think Sam's winning the round at this stage.
He's landed more so far, so I've got him ahead. The spinning back kick. Again, he's creative. That's what the judges want to see. This is kickboxing. And he kicks. That's the canvas there.
More has slipped than anything, I would think.
Here we go now. Very low hand.
And the bell for the first round of this. I'm sitting here almost eating a Valium sandwich at the moment. This is so tough.
I think Sam Soliman done very well in that round. I actually have him on my non-official scorecard up front.
I got him up front too.
Yes, he's doing what's, as you said so rightly before, he's being creative. That's what judging of kickboxing is all about. This is an art. This is combination, timing, and a science in its own right.
He's very unpredictable, Soliman. He throws things from weird angles, unusual angles. He's unpredictable. He throws weird things from other angles. Very careful with this guy. For me, Mark May is stalking style. As I said, he walks up, he's up high, not much movement. Whereas Soliman moves around the way, he's fighting his fight right now. He's moving, he's doing what he wants to. Throws those long kicks, he holds on when he wants to. He pushes and throws.
But the able to play your own game must be an inspiring thing for yourself to go on.
Well, you've got to have a game plan. You've got to stick with it. I'm saying, you know, step by game. Communication in the corner, you feel good about yourself, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, we go into the second round now. Mark May, I feel, is going to have to win this round to see what happens in the third. It's very important at this stage not to fall behind and play catch-up, if you know what I mean, Ian.
Yes.
And once again,
quickly out of his corner, Mark May in the
Oh, good high kick.
Have a look at that.
Very good high kick. Mark smiling, coming back with pressure.
there. The clippers on number 1. Both guys over here showing a lot of courage. The uppercut left foot by Soliman. Mark May again walking up, pressing, putting pressure, jabbing. One a couple there.
Very good, lads. They walking up. Soliman sorting it out.
Good wide kick. Good left hook. I think Sam's dominating this round too.
See what I'm saying about Sam Soliman? A very unusual
Short right there again.
He's a very unusual fighter. He's got his hands low. He's all over the place. But he's effective. That's what counts. He pushes back. Takes a big step back now. Give himself some room. Look at his hands how low they are. Again, Mark May working. He wants to keep those guys up here. A little fatigue at this stage. Nothing real stinging in those punches.
See, this is in fact round number 5, but if you want to be technical for the night, it must be taking it out of them. And the second round in this particular contest, but they've already had one. We must remember that.
Yes.
As you can see in the neutral corner there, both guys holding on. He's tired, he says. You can almost read his lips there, Solomon. I'm tired. Right hand, just misses. He didn't base his knee with there by Solomon. Hands really low, but he moves his head. Doesn't stand there. See that there?
I'm trying to read what Mark's up to, whether he's just trying to just keep on being aggressive, walk up, trying to wear him down. I'm not sure.
I think Mark looks very relaxed, and it's very wrong to do on a 3-round fight like this because you've got to be very quick and very on to it. Where Mark's taking his time, and I strongly believe he's lost both of those rounds in his full ring.
And I think we've seen it in a couple of occasions in the previous bouts here tonight, that the guy who goes out and gets into it quick is the guy who's picking up the points.
Exactly. This is a very short fight, 3 rounds, and most of these guys are used to fighting 8 or 10 or 12 rounds, and Mark has to put it together, and I believe he needs a knockout here.
He's not known for a fast starter usually, Mark. He cruises, he wins, he wears his opponents out. You know, he hurts them slowly.
Cheeky little grin the
That's
whole
how
bit.
he is, you hit him, he smiles, he comes back twice. You know what I'm saying? That's the sort of fighter he is. I don't know if it's really suited for him, a 3-round, exciting, explosive fight. But anyway, as you can see in the corner here, Dave Hitchcock covering that left eye. He's making sure his opponents can't see that. I think he's got a mouse or a cut there or something.
I think it's
bleeding from the nose.
He's got some ice in his hand. His ice is
okay, there we go. He's probably got a mouse, probably got a bruise or a mouse, and he's ice pack in that eye. He also has a little blood trickling from the nose, as you can see.
So it's proving to us that there is really serious close competition here between these 2 fine young athletes. Judges, of course, around the ring, they've been a big part in the decisions here tonight. We'll watch it now as they come back, 3rd round. This is it. The money's up for grabs. Here is your chance to get into the final, gentlemen, and who's it going to be? At the moment, we're saying it's looking good for Sam Soliman.
Axe kick there by Soliman, doesn't land, but big punches just miss the mark. Again, Mark May aggressive, walks up, pushes Soliman if he can. Both guys toe-to-toe. This is the 3rd and final round. The winner to meet Gurkan Ozkan for the money and the prestigious belt. Here we go, Gurkan Ozkan. He's looking forward now. He's probably in the pipe, he's in the skirts there, probably watching closely, I would say.
Yes, he would be. Gurkan's very curious to see who's going to win out of this fight so he can meet him on the last bout of the night.
Again, both fighters, a little time fatigue. Straight jabs by Mark May, not landing. Little mouse in the right eye there, as you can see on Soliman.
Time ticking away. They need to get right into it now, accumulate those all-important points.
I see a mouthpiece falling out there. Looks like a Soliman. Soliman again talking.
Bulmer on the job. Malcolm Bulmer is our referee. And
both guys looking for the mouthpiece.
Excuse me, has anybody seen the mouthpiece? Time out, he's called. Malcolm Bulmer. Time out. Give us a spare one. What have we got here?
By rules, the referee does not have to stop the fight for the mouthpiece, but when Mark May asked the referee to give Sam's mouthpiece, I think he had no choice there.
I think if anything, they compromised for a bit of a rest there.
It might have been a bit of a gentleman's agreement, you think?
Mark May definitely is one of the best gentlemen I met in the sport.
He's a nice guy. I've had a few words with him and quite enjoyed his company at the time.
And he's coming on strong here, Mark, on this last round. And Sam comes right back.
Final stages of this 3rd round.
Oh, tough stuff.
Big left hook by Mark May. Bit of head clashing there by both fighters. In close. Ooh.
Mark just smiles back. That's his style. Smiles again.
He's smiling, but they're landing, Carrol. I'm sorry. I think he's ahead on point, Soliman.
Yes, I've noticed that with Mark on previous fights with Gurkan. When he gets hit, he just smiles, and he likes doing all these things, which the crowd really loves.
Soliman. And actually, Mark May, full of confidence there. He looks like he feels like he's going to win it.
Yes.
A good sweep, and Soliman finds himself down.
I think Mark's going to jump on him right now, and he's going to try to finish him off.
And the bell.
But the fight doesn't go long enough. Mark feels confident with that last round, but I believe he's behind in the first 2.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. Let's go to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, by unanimous points from the red corner, Sam.
I think that was right there.
crowd.
See, the crowd always looks at the fight with the last round, and sometimes they forget the first few rounds. Now, this is a normal bout, just for the main eventers to rest. You got to understand, when we got this 8-man contest, the guys has to have a rest in between. So we got here on the blue corner Baris Nezif from Jamal Hassan's academy, fighting Brendon McGuire from the red corner from Paul Fifield Gymnasium. And both trainers are very experienced. So I'm pretty sure that both of them got very good fighters out here tonight.
Joe Lanciano, the third man in the ring. Oh, and a big slip.
I actually remember Brendon from the old days when he was training Taekwondo with another instructor, and I believe he's going to show us some nice high kicks here. Then again, Baris has got some nice high kicks from training Taekwondo with Jamal too. So we might have an interesting fight here.
McGuire in the green trunks with the gold piping, and Nezif with the dark trunks, the black trunks with the red piping. So talking of high kicks, there was Nezif with the right high kick. Didn't come off quite the way he wanted. There's McGuire in there quickly, claiming the other fighter. And referee Joe Lanciano in there, breaks him up, and says fight on. There's that example of McGuire.
Baris, double jab there, doesn't find the mark. McGuire throws a low kick. Very experienced corners here. We have Ian, we have Jamal Hassan, of course, with Baris, and Jamal Hassan with his no introduction.
I've been calling him the legend maker, actually, since I met the guy. He's an amazing man and a gentleman.
Well, if anybody, I should know him very well, because I've been training and working with the man for 18 years now. So I know him and he knows me very well. And
very talented man.
He's very talented and he's a very hard man. He's very good to get along with, but he's very hard when you have to train with him, I tell you that now.
Back into action here, and Baris put some pressure here. Both guys trying to put some pressure. McGuire, trained by of course, Paul Fifield. Paul Fifield, of course, a very good trainer, also looks after Castro and both guys have a lot of respect for each other, Jamal Hassan and Paul Fifield. So it's going to be interesting to see who takes out this win.
Tosca, of course, trying his hand at another type of sport of late.
That's right, not long ago he fought...
I think he's got a fight coming up at the Sports Entertainment Centre with Iron Barkley in the next few weeks.
That's right.
And I remember he had another boxing fight last year in June at the Sports Entertainment Centre again. He's also still mixing up kickboxing, which I believe he will be fighting in the next couple of months, also in France with Rob Karma for a kickboxing bout.
Oh, we wish him well then.
Yeah.
Tosca Petrudis, of course,
good luck.
Familiar face around the kickboxing scene of the world.
You can see him in the background right there.
Yes, there he is.
Paul Fifield, of course, looking after his fire.
Absolute character, Tosca.
Tosca Petrudis, of course, now looking forward to wandering up the rock coming in the near future.
I hope somebody writes a book about these guys who used to come, including the guy sitting in the middle of us and the guy sitting to the left of us one day. I'll tell you what, it'll be one of the best sellers you've ever seen.
We're in the red corner right now with Paul Fifield and Brendon McGuire.
Taekwondo was his specialty.
Brendon did start off with Taekwondo, yes, from my memory, and Baris does train a bit of Taekwondo with Jamal too. So both boys got Taekwondo and kickboxing experience.
So the disciplines are definitely there. We'll see if now as Joe Lanciano calls him in for round number 2 of the support bout here tonight. But let me tell you, the crowd loving every minute of it. Great atmosphere here tonight for this $10,000 best of the best, the K-3 Eliminator.
Punches there by McGuire. The judgment in the last first round. How would you have scored it so far, Tony?
I think it's a very close round, and Brendon does look a bit more flexible, where Baris looks a bit more harder with his hits. Knowing most of Jamal boys, they're a lot more harder than their opponents, and Brendon does look very skillful, like I said.
Very flashy with his kicks, Brendon. Good right hand there, doesn't really land. But it's very, very evasive and very explosive with his kicks. Right hand just misses the mark in the neutral corner there. Baris tries to move him, but referee breaks it up there. McGuire in the green trunks. Ooh, nice front kick,
good
lands
left kick
beautifully.
There. Good left kick. Good right kick to the leg by Baris. Good left kick back again.
McGuire waiting a little. Front kick doesn't really find the mark in the neutral corner. A little aggressive there, McGuire.
Back to the dark trunks.
Oh. Nice jab there by Baris. Oh, right back.
Big kick.
Now that was a kick.
That was a big kick for the judges anyway. But McGuire comes right back with some punches.
Keep fighting, keep fighting.
Keep fighting, calls the referee Lanciano.
Having a quick word to Baris there, and what it was, who knows, but, and?
He calls time out.
I think it's time out. That kick might have caused a cut on Brendon's face.
Yeah, he's looks like he's bleeding.
There's a bit of blood.
Overspray there on Baris.
I believe that kick that caught his eyebrow.
Right roundhouse.
Yes, it has to there. It's a left eyebrow, and his trainer attending to it. Of course, what I must commend here is always the fighter's welfare first.
Exactly, I agree with you, Ian, and the safety of the fighter is the #1 priority, as we say. And another low kick there, and Baris in a little pain there.
He's gone back to his corner, and referee Joe Lanciano calling timeout. The other fighter sent to the neutral corner, and as fair too with these unfortunate things that do happen, these accidents. He will give time to recuperate, and we'll resume the fight. It doesn't seem, apart from that bit of blood, oh yes, it is still dripping a bit, so they'll be keeping an eye on that.
Just under the eyebrow. Bleeding, and Baris comes in aggressively. Brendon McGuire, right kick, comes back to the right punch also, but he's going toe-to-toe in that corner. Big punches there.
Heavy stuff, the crowd revving up to this lot.
Well, of course, they'd unload a bit there, didn't they?
It's the end of round 2.
So, we'll see some repair work going on in one particular corner. Of course, that's for Baris Nezif. And there's a familiar face, Bob Jones, joining us there this evening.
Well, Ian, Tariq has left us for a minute. They're talking there to Bob Jones.
Yes. And Bob, of course, a great respect.
The guy fighter of kickboxing in this country has done a remarkable job.
An amazing man to talk to, too, when you think of the hurdles he's had to overcome over the years, and people that have ridiculed him and all the rest of it, when they purely didn't understand. Tariq back with us now. Just saying hi to Bob Jones this evening.
Yes, I'm very happy to see some familiar faces on the night, and Mr. Bob Jones is one of them.
Many of them actually here this evening.
Yes, we have a few very interesting people here, and like I said, Mr. Bob Jones is one of the gentlemen that started kickboxing in this country, and I believe he deserves a lot of credit for what we're doing today.
Amazing history, the man, and
Seconds out. Round 3.
Every promoter should always have a complimentary ticket there for Mr. Bob Jones and whoever he's with, you know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Resuming round number 3. This will be good. And these two guys, very, very, very evenly matched. A great match. Well done here tonight, Tariq, with this one. We've had a couple of little incidents. We've got a problem with Nezif. Four rounds, incidentally, in this support event. So this is the second last round. And we've got Nezif with a suspect eye. And, of course, a couple of slips in the event have caused a couple of stoppages. We'll talk about that later.
Well, Baris there trying to kick that same eye with the same kick, Stan.
Yeah, he's working on that same eye. He feels that if he can attack it, he might be able to open it up a bit more. But at this point, I feel it's really fair to say that both guys have executed some excellent kicks, you know, being from Taekwondo background, of course.
Yes, it's the accuracy of the art in which they apply it. It certainly points that they're going to achieve if they get it right, isn't it?
That's right, I totally agree. And they've worked on their hands, and as you can see, Brendon there dismissing with a big right hand. Baris working on that eye, as Tariq pointed out earlier. Referee Marciano just bringing the release.
The hotlines here at the Glass House, as we said so many times, a capacity house here this evening. It's great to see this and this competition. Can you believe it? The support about. It'd be a main event anywhere else.
Of course, the big one coming up after this, and the people are starting to wait for that one in much anticipation. With a nice uppercut there by Brendon. He tries to use that right hand again, trying to push Baris back, but geez, both these guys showing a lot of strength. A nice little move there by Brendon. Chasing Baris there a little. Low kick, left hook.
Oh, good right hand by Baris there. Got Brendon off balance a little bit.
Throwing there by Brendon, strength. Still bleeding profusely from that eye. Oh, nice jab and right hand. But Baris come right back. On the blue corner there, there's the bell. In the third round.
And these two guys will be looking forward to this break. And of course, some words of wisdom from their respective corners. They've got one round to do it in now. The final round coming our way. Red corner there, a flurry of
trophies, Peter.
Of advice, I'd say, would be coming from Dave Hitchcock
Jr.
Jr.
Marvellous sponsorship this evening.
And
We've
of course,
had
a little bit of repair
sponsors.
work, of course,
No
being
way,
made over there. Tosca Petrita's looking on.
He's still ready to go.
just not one of these wild arm orators like some of the guys.
He's the sort of guy that he's jumped back to his corner. His guy just don't kick. Paul's the sort of guy that would say, just the way he does it.
Yes, he has got that.
He's got that with the boys, you know, they get on very well, they're like brothers, but...
Isn't it funny, it's this relationship, isn't it, this bonding thing between trainer and fighter, it's an amazing thing.
There has to be. When you're in that corner, you look at your trainer in the eyes, you've got to have full trust in him. Round 4, fourth and final round here. Baris comes out with a side kick, doesn't really land.
Opens it up.
Nice jab, right hand. Both fighters working in close here. Trying to use some body strength.
I must tell you, I can't choose between them at the moment.
Very close. Edge to see. Nice kick there, not really landing. Both guys, all punches there, toe to toe. Baris leaning on him, smart move, always smart to lean on your opponent. Especially if it's behind the fight. Nothing landing cleanly. Nice body punch there by Brendon. Punch kick, right hand. Oh, he's in the trouble. Oh. These guys really sort of waiting to land that big
Amazing,
one.
yes, exactly. And just when you think that they're gone for all money, they recuperate and get on with it.
That's right.
Double landing here at the right, and Joe Lanciano in there very quickly.
Oh, nice kick.
Very strong back kick there.
Actually, that was a strong kick because I think from the impact, Ian, there's a mouthpiece right there from Brendon McGuire.
That got Brendon with a bit of a surprise there.
Yes, he was sort of stunned, wasn't he? It was sort of slow motion, if you will, and whatever.
Lanciano says, let's go on. A spinning kick again. Doesn't find the mark. Uppercut. Short hooks there by Brendon. Very wide stance there, Brendon. Very wide. I would have thought that was sort of inside leg. Full of tenacity. Both these guys. Aggressive. Probably this round is a
good luck kick.
I would have felt that too. Another low kick. But,
good hook by Brendon there.
Brendon content to work with his boxing at this point. Breaking him up. Lanciano.
Over in the Southern Motors referee.
Right hand. Uppercut. Let's talk. All little combinations there. Brendon working hard. Perhaps feels underneath it. Get on some points here. Nothing really effective, but he's busy. He's trying. Both fighters trying to... Oh! Big punch there by Baris. You can hear the trainers screaming their instructions out from the respective corners. Nice round kick. Nice jab. Oh, that's in the round.
Well, now we're going to see what the points are.
I think Baris took that last round pretty strongly, and
let's go.
That might help him on the decision.
Howard Lee.
Ladies and gentlemen, by unanimous points, adding to his dual championship, the winner, Baris Nezif.
Well done, Baris.
Very happy, Jamal.
This is our second event of the evening. It's between Joe Nader and Paul Jeffries.
Joe Nader and Paul Jeffries. The fight before the big one. Paul Jeffries with that unusual looking hairdo. Joe Nader in the black trunks with the white piping. Ooh, a little hurt there with that kick.
Paul Jeffrey, as much as I know on his background, is that he's a hard hitter that's not very skillful, but I believe before...
Oh! What's happened here?
When I spoke to them before the fight stand a few weeks ago, that they were saying that they were out there to knock Joe out.
Well, looks like they're showing it already. A jab right hand, doesn't really land. Joe Nader, very composed, low kick. Paul Jeffries on the left of your screen with the blue trunks and the white stripe. Inside leg kick round. Oh, Joe comes back. Toe to toe they go.
It's a 5 by 2 minute rounds fight. We'll see if it's going to go the distance.
Wouldn't call Joe exactly an easy subject to walk in.
No, definitely not. He's not called a smoking Joe fan, I think.
No, absolutely.
Smoking Joe Nader on the left of your screen. Jab, doesn't really land. Joe Nader waiting a little too long. Front kick there. Let's see Joe be a bit more aggressive. Paul Jeffries being warned there. The kick is a little higher there by referee Joe Lanciano. Dummy right hand, left hook there by Smoking Joe. Left hook there by Paul Jeffries. Then they're going toe to toe. What's going to come out of this? Toe to toe they go. Punches and nothing really landing.
Determination. Do I see it? Ha! This is the word of the day.
Paul Jeffries is from up Country Gully in Victoria, who trains with Peter Clark.
Peter
He's
Clark.
out to the
That was our referee earlier on the night there.
out to the east of Melbourne, and big lad, broad shoulders, rangy, in the blue trunks, stepping it up to Joe Nader. One tough fighter, this guy Joe Nader. So this will be no cakewalk for anybody. I'll go down to the wire.
Well,
We're
he's
suspecting.
undefeated at this point, Joe Nader. Right hand there.
He has got a very nice record, hasn't he? He's the 6-0.
And Nader in this so far, correct me if I'm wrong, my experts, that Nader is picking his punches better.
He's composed. I'd like to see Joe Nader myself be a little bit more aggressive. I think one point that we always work with him in the gym is that we want to see him be a bit more aggressive and take the fight to your opponent. Don't sit back and wait. You know, and that's something that we have to wait upon and see if Joe Nader changes in that method. But he's more aggressive, and when he's more aggressive, he's more effective. So we'll see how Paul Jeffries serves out for the second round. As you can see in the corner there, the big corner with Peter Clark. Coach also said that he's ring earlier this evening. A big crowd here tonight.
Pete, what's that? Pete got a less than number one haircut, isn't it?
It's all shave. It's the razor there.
Pete's a colourful guy and a very interesting bloke to talk about. I've talked to him about training.
30 seconds out.
Philosophies.
Well, you're looking at the corner there with Joe Nader, and in front of him was Sam Greco, his mentor for this event. Joe Nader on the left of your screen, Paul Jeffries on your right. That's the referee Joe Lanciano calling for round 2. Pretty slow first round at that point.
Don't think Joe changes his expression all night. Whoops.
Low front kick. And,
Excuse me. Time for a breather. And Joe just having a quiet word to Paul Jeffries about that. Giving Joe time to regain his composure. Calling both fighters in, resuming time. And Jeffries, an amazing long legs, capable of those high kicks if he can place them right. Wrestling match going on here at the moment. Break calls the referee. Back again. Jeffries opens the count with a left kick. Nader then lands one on his chin with a left.
Bit of a back fist there.
toe they go. Joe Nader, uppercut doesn't land.
Tell you what, in these bigger weight divisions, you don't want to cop one of those big uppercuts overhand right now.
Uppercut landed there by Paul Jeffries. I don't think Joe Nader liked that. Pushes him back. He calls a break. Joe Nader trying to keep those hands up. Paul Jeffries front kick doesn't land, and the right hand just misses the mark. Joe Nader.
See guys like these guys and Jarrod and all those fellas, when they let one go, it really goes, doesn't it? It's a punch and a half.
Right hand landed. Another right hand landed by Smoking Joe. Paul Jeffries wearing some punches here.
You got one sitting here between the two of us right now, yeah? With those big right overhand.
Yeah, I've noticed once or twice.
Yeah.
Paul Jeffries
Paul.
himself to the canvas. Referee coming with on his gloves. So the tattoos across his chest there. Weaves to the left. Low kick there by Nader. Jabs. Nothing really effective at this point.
Paul's doing a good job. He's clearly the lesser experienced of the two, but he's certainly got it where it takes it. That's in the heart, and he's walking this up. Joe Nader in the dark trunks. Paul Jeffries in the blue with the white piping. Heading over towards the blue corner now. Jeffries fighting out of the blue corner in this bout. This is the support.
There's a bit of a pushing going on there with Joe and Jeff. Yes.
Second round. Again, not a very explosive round. Not much in that. Be interested to see how the judges score it personally. Well, Tarek, you're very fortunate promoter, having some major sponsors for this event.
Yes, after this bout, I will be leaving this for a few minutes and invite my sponsors to the ring and present them some Australians.
Excellent, and great to see corporate Australia now recognising the potential of this great sport and getting behind companies like Southern Motors and various others who are getting bigger and bigger as time goes by. That's fantastic. And let me tell you that the corporate facilities that are available here at these particular venues are excellent, and there's all sorts of opportunities for corporations to become involved in kickboxing.
One of my newest main sponsors is Lux Australia, which is really Rux is a company that's built in Turkey, and I will be visiting them in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I've got an appointment to visit them, and I believe they'll be sponsoring my next.
Seconds out. Round 3.
It's very exciting, isn't it? A great injection. Well done. 2 kickboxing. Third round. How do you see it, Stan Longadini?
Well, there's not much in at this point. Third round coming up now. Again, not very aggressive, Joe Nader's way I would like to see him. Does he left foot and the right hand there, doesn't really land. Paul Jeffries, again, a very unorthodox style. Front kick there.
That makes him pay back after the front kick with the level leg.
Nice uppercut there, but oh, Joe's down! Is he down? Lanciano, not sure what to call. He called it a slip. Wasn't sure where that came from there, Curry.
It looked like a bit of a slip to me.
Joe Nader, right hand. Paul Jeffries. Jeffries from here looks a bit like he's got the face of Damien Monkhurst from Collingwood. He reminds me of the face of him.
Right.
Not the hairdo anyway. Joe Nader. Left hook right. Oh, left hook landed there.
Well, Joe's done the work. Joe's done the work.
Jeffries in trouble. He's dropped his hands a bit.
He's an awkward fighter, this Paul Jeffries. Even the way he breathes is.
Sometimes these awkward fighters make it difficult for him, and I sense that with Joe Nader. Joe Nader making the use of the right hand. He should step back and give him the rip.
Oh, big roundhouse kick.
And the crowd gets up on their feet. Smoking Joe. Can he unleash now and capitalise on this opportunity? A left hook doesn't land, a right hand doesn't land.
Nice leg kick.
Down.
I think Joe's starting to wear him down, Stan. See, you can see the experience coming out of there, the way he walked out of that corner and catch him with a roundhouse kick to the face.
And that is the difference between these two fighters, isn't it? It's experience versus a newer guy on the block.
Absolutely. I mean, Joe Nader's had a few fights now, and nice low kick there. Left hook. Paul Jeffries under a spot of bother here.
Look at the spread on Paul Jeffries' legs, which is going to get caught one of those inside leg kicks again, which he just did.
And Joe Nader holding on also. Maybe he's starting to feel a bit of fatigue also.
You remember so many things. Not only the aspect of the hands, the legs as well. There's the bell.
End of round 3.
End of round 3 as we go over to the various corners again, and I'm sure that there would be some replenishment required to Paul Jeffries. Knocked down in that last round in round number 3. His competition had been fairly even prior to that. Now Joe Nader showing that experience, a bit of superiority if you like, no disrespect at all. And of course, standing fight is a part of your experience.
You're not showing now. It's not showing now with Joe Nader. He's making progress. We're getting really very important with both guys are cutting loose and mixing it up. You need to see that by the time they break loose, Paul Jeffries looks very tired and his defense is not up to scratch. He looks at Sam Brick out there talking to Joe Nader. Sam Brick, of course, giving him instructions. And Joe looks very composed and relaxed to the point.
Yes, Joe sort of appears unexcitable. He just gets on with it, focuses and gets in there and does it. And of course, right at the moment, Paul Jeffries in this fourth and final round requiring to play catch-up. So we've got the two fighters out there, Jeffries in the blue trunks, Nader in the dark trunks. Nader has a knockdown in round number 3 to his credit.
Just to correct you, Dean, this is a 5-round bout, not a 4.
Oh, excuse me. And of course,
we have one more round after this.
So 2 to go, which would give Jeffries a chance of catch-up.
Yes.
Absolutely. Joe Nader coming in now, right hand. He wants to press on him now. He'd like to finish it here, I'm sure he would. Joe Nader, he'd like to get this on over and done with. And Paul Jeffries looking at Peter Clark, his trainer, saying, hey, what have I got to do here?
These are the kind of fighters that gives you a lot of injuries then at the end of the fight.
Well, of course, Paul Jeffries from the other side of town with Peter Clark, and we'll be hoping to get a bit of an upset here. I think the critics would have to have him against the odds at this point with Joe Nader.
Little warning to Joe Nader there for holding. And, have a look at
nice
this.
tool.
Smart jab.
Left hook. Again, Smoking Joe not really jumping on him, trying to finish it. Nice low kick on the thigh. Right hand.
Usually you see Joe a bit more active than that.
And setting it back to the corner. Setting it back to the corner. What's going to happen here?
Another count.
And the fight is all over. The towel's been thrown in.
Yes, his mentor Peter Clark just threw the towel in, thinking that his fighter was getting too damaged there. I think it's a 3rd round roundhouse kick that done the main damage on his chin, and he hasn't carried the fight out good since then.
No disrespect to this man, Paul Jeffries. I think he'll be back bigger and better than ever from experiences here tonight, fighting Nader, who's won this on a TKO.
The man who's put the show together. It's been intricate, it's been complicated, but it's been fantastic.
Thank you, Howard. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you all again for supporting our show. It's been a great show. There's been some top fights today. Regardless, one fighter wins, the other one loses. I do think that 8 of the boys put in all they had, and I do think that 8 of them deserve a reward for individually. But judges decide one way or the other. I cannot help that, and I think that Mark May, Sam Soliman, Louie Isofidis, Westerman, Jarrod, Gurkan, Ozkan, and if I didn't miss any other names, Paul Briggs and Jamie Carrol, they all deserve a very big hand. If we could just give them a big hand. Thank you. I would like to thank all my sponsors, which is Lava, Heaven Nightclub, Melbourne Billiard Company, Home Show Entertainment, Sultan Ahmed Restaurant, Ocean Air Travel, Central Station, Lazar Nightclub. I would like to especially, and Lego Concrete, I would like to especially thank Mr. George Costas from Southern Motors for supporting me all the way. Come up, please, George. They've been financing me, plus giving me cars, even my clothes. They're doing very well with me. Thank you, Jerry. And also, Mr. John Ilham from Mobile World Communications for putting up the $10,000 tonight. Please come up. And also Sam Rady from Rux Australia Records. Mustafa Ilhan, thank you very much for putting up $10,000 tonight. The winner will be receiving the money off Mr. Mustafa Ilhan tonight.
Hey! You can get more. Move to Rocks. R-A-K-S, Rocks.
Well, if you haven't got the picture here so far tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you can actually taste the atmosphere here at the Glass House in the centre of Melbourne, Victoria. What we're here for now is the final. This will elevate one young man not only to glory here tonight, but will elevate him into competition at the pointy end in Japan. This is going to be big. $10,000 are up on this fight, but not just the money. It's the honour of going over in world international competition and showing what can be produced here in Australia. One of these 2 young men, Gurkan, Ozkan and Sam Soliman, one of them is going to be that man this evening. Gurkan, Ozkan in the ring. Beside me, I have got the man who has been to world heights many, many times. And beside him, the man who has put the show together tonight. We'll start it with him. Tarek Solak, this has been a stunning success.
Yes, I'm very happy with the way the show has progressed today, and the fight has been of very good quality, and I believe the winner will represent Australia very strongly in Japan.
Stand, of course, something very, very new. Malcolm Bullner standing out there asking for round 1 of this final between Gurkan, Ozkan, Sam Soliman, 2 well-matched, 2 very fit athletes who have already fought 2 bouts of boxing here tonight.
It's going to be interesting to see how they take off here, how aggressive they're going to be early in the fight. You can see how much respect they have for each other, whether they are carrying injuries from the previous fights. It's going to be very interesting to see the next minutes. Let's see how they go. There's a nice hand, big right hand misses. Again, that style of the pony. Soliman, very low hands, he checks, he moves. Oh, interesting looking kick there, but he almost copped one on the head on the way in. Gurkan, very, very uptight.
Gurkan very cautious of Sam's high kicks and keeping his hands up very well.
Keeping his hands high. Big right hand just misses. Again, as you can see, Soliman's hands are very low. Sticks his head out.
Oh!
Both guys just missing with those kicks.
Stand 2 totally different styles.
2 totally different styles. That's why it's going to be interesting to see how it works. Sometimes 2 styles like this can make a great fight. Sometimes it can be a terrible fight.
Yeah, very negative fight. It's interesting because a lot of experience for both these fine young athletes, and they know each other well, which they've seen each other fight, And it's going to be interesting tonight, having been able to watch each other in the previous bouts, to see what each other has got. That's what it comes down to.
Nothing much happening at this point. A lot of stalking, a lot of dummying, a lot of faking. Nothing much. Spinning to spin. Back kick there by Soliman. Give me a line. Tarek kicks his hands up high. A wild right hand. Some wild punches and kicks there by both guys.
Good recovery there from Soliman. Have a look at this.
Moving away, doesn't stand in front of him. Sam Soliman.
Stepping it up.
He realises there's 5 rounds here, no hurry. It's the end of it, and there's not much in that one, I can tell you.
Well, that's a bit under the suck it and see act, isn't it, really, with the checking each other out and whatever. They've both, as I said during that first round, they've had that opportunity to look. Let's see what the other bloke's got.
Yes, and I was a bit disappointed with Gurkan in that round because he was trying to kick fight with Sam, which he shouldn't be doing. Sam is a good kicker.
What would you have thought what his tackle would be?
Well, I honestly thought that he would have tried to close in with him, just box him, don't worry about kicking at all with him except for some very short low kicks in close.
I feel maybe he'll do that. Maybe it's just a little too soon. Maybe being the first round, there's 4 to go. If he tries too hard too soon, he might run out of steam at the end.
Stan, how much would they be feeling the pinch from these last 2 bouts?
You know, the stop starting coming from going backstage, ice back and come back out. It takes a lot out of you. You know, by the end of the night, you're going to feel it.
Have you ever fought in this sort of competition?
Yes, I have. And it's a very demanding sort of task.
What about the mental aspect of it?
That too. I mean, I remember fighting here in Melbourne at Taipan, and you know, coming out, fighting, going backstage, ice packing, coming out again, preparing your mind mentally, spiritually. It's a tough ask. It's the toughest concept of kickboxing in a tournament out there at the moment.
Interesting comments from Stan Longanides, Tarek Solak also joining us in commentary as we see this fight resume.
Good spinning back by Sam Soliman there. Gurkan trying to close in onto him.
Again, out of the 2 fighters, you know, Gurkan a lot more compact. Better looking defence at this stage, as you can see. He's cautious. Nice right front kick that might have landed, might not have been a very powerful kick, but definitely scored the points on that occasion. Again, Gurkan, a dummy jab, not much there. Sam Soliman waiting, maybe waiting to counter. He checks that one. Tries to block that, doesn't check that low kick. Again, that's what Gurkan's got to do. He's got to show a bit more strength and power. He's got to show he's more dominant in this fight. He's the man. That's what they've got to show, both guys. He doesn't want to get caught up in that fight that Soliman's doing, you know? That kicking fight, moving. Nothing effective there by both fighters. Left hook. Ooh! But Soliman comes right back. Soliman looks confused at the moment. Low kick. Again, Soliman just waves his chin. He's very lucky he didn't get tagged there. You see Soliman, when he's evasive with that head, but he's got his head very high, his chin. He's lucky to get
as a layman's comment here, could I suggest I suspect that maybe someone's carrying an injury here?
Well, he possibly could be. I mean, the idea is not the shoulder, of course, but he looks like he's in spot of bother for me. I like him. A left hook that lands. Oh. And now Gurkan is putting some pressure on Soliman. Again, Soliman.
Sam walks out very smartly from there.
Well, that's one thing about Sam. You know, he uses his footwork. He doesn't get tangled up. And he moves around the ring and uses the whole ring. And that's what he's got to do. For my liking, Soliman has to start frustrating Gurkan, making Gurkan miss. For Gurkan, he has to be walk up, aggressive, and back Soliman up.
Yes, so it's interesting.
Again, nothing really landing, you know.
And the bell goes. Second round here tonight. There's Jamal Hassan out to attend to Gurkan Ozkan. And back in the other corner, Dave Hedgecock Jr. attending to Sam Soliman. I don't know what it was that's making me say it, but it's just the way he seems to be taking him, walking around at the moment, Sam. Maybe he's trying to give, how should I put, a bit of, a little bit in there that maybe might misrepresent what his real problem is.
Yeah. Well, I think it's fair to say so far after 2 rounds, there's been an anticlimax to this final. You know, hopefully the fighters can pick it up in the next round or 2. I think maybe they've been a bit too cautious and reserving some energy. But I know as we come to a close, maybe the next 2-3 rounds, I feel the guys are going to pick it up.
So exactly what we discussed before the film, this would be your instructions to your fighter, and you'd be saying in Sam's case to frustrate Gurkan as best he can, get him missing pressure punches, if you will. And as opposed to that Jamal will be saying to Gurkan, well, just get in there. Got to keep on walking it up to the guy.
Jamal's going to make him, walk up to his chest sort of thing. And to me, that's what Gurkan's got to do.
Oh,
back
exactly
him up
what he did.
and rough him up like that. That's exactly what I told you. Big left hook just missing. Comes back with the right hand. But now you see the pace pick up. Even Soliman.
I think the fight has started now.
Big right hand there. I'm not sure what happened here.
Oh, the crowd's roaring.
The referee watching very closely, Bulma.
The fight has started in. It's on now.
That's what I meant. The first 2 rounds, a bit of an anticlimax for the crowd here, but they're picking it up now. The next 3 rounds are going to be very important, I feel. The crowd screaming Gurkan, a big Turkish community here, backing up their fighter. Gurkan, Ozkan, and Soliman on the right edge, you can see.
Yes.
And big left hook, doesn't land flush, and Soliman comes right back. Gurkan keeps his hands up high. That's what I like about Gurkan. He's very cautious. He doesn't want to walk into nothing. He's fighting a smart fight. Throws a wild right kick there. Soft jab there by Soliman. Nothing much behind it.
Tarek, is he maturing? Is he getting older, Gurkan?
Yes, he definitely is. And I've actually promoted him for the last 2.5 years now, and I can see a big difference in him from day 1 till now.
That's fantastic. And that's what's important, Stan, is for a fighter to mature, isn't it, in his attitude?
That's right. You've got to learn something every time you get out there. Again, a lot of stalking by both fighters, a lot of dumbing, nothing much. Inside leg kicks there, a little effectiveness there. Left hook just misses there by Gurkan Ozkan. And again, a bit of a hobble there in that leg there by Soliman, as you picked that earlier in. Big right round kick there by Gurkan.
So I don't know what to call it, but it's just the way he seems to be, his gait, if you like, his stance, it just doesn't seem to be right. But again, maybe it's just all on the show, you know. So back to the corners, respectively.
I think Gurkan started to take the edge of the fight on this 3rd round.
Well, that aggression that came out, what we suggested, that start, you know, was in and snap and took it right up to him. And
he took it right up to the beginning, and that's the way we thought the fight might start.
So Sam really must come out now and do what we've suggested in our theory, and that's to frustrate this guy, because Gurkan gets going on you. I mean, he's like an absolute border chocolate chocolate shop, isn't he? I mean, he just does it so well, and the last thing he needs to do is standing toe to toe with him.
Well, he's not going to get a better man than Dave Hitchcock in his corner to tell him what to do on this next round coming up now.
We've had 3 rounds, and as far as I'm concerned, nothing's really happened in that round. I mean, no one's really clearly gone ahead. I mean, one judge might have one guy ahead, and the other guy doesn't quite have the other guy. But really, the next 2 rounds, I feel, are very important. You know, some judge might have Gurkan slightly ahead, and maybe the other way around. So to me, the next 2 rounds are going to be very crucial.
Both boys very eager. Round number 4 coming our way. 2 to decided the $10,000 and that right to go to Japan to be in that amazing event. The K-3 Eliminator, of course, is what it's all about. Tonight we have the best of the best, and you can believe it. It's been happening here since the first bell of the evening. Even the support rounds have been absolutely unbelievable.
Gurkan Ozkan, again, stalking.
Kickboxing back at the Glass House by popular demand.
Soliman on a southpaw stands there. There's a low kick, a hook, nothing effective. And he's quite a body there. Got his back handle up a little bit. Oh, big wild punches by Soliman.
This is what he needs to be doing, picking up those points.
Gurkan throws a big punches.
Gurkan was almost in full flight when he was letting those go. It was amazing.
Oh, big left hook.
Big left hook.
Soliman. He seems like he wore it well though. He's holding on. He's smart. He's looking out. That's what you got to do.
That's what his experience has taught him.
Absolutely. It's the smart fighter that wins. Big left hook there. Wild one by Gurkan. Misses and that's remember frustration. Oh, I think just misses the mark. Right hand again by Gurkan. Those 2 telling punches could make the difference in this round.
Oh, we can start to feel those punches now. It's absolutely on for young and old here.
I tell you what, Sam can take a hit.
He's working well.
Gurkan's wild punches are very strong, and I'm actually impressed that Sam hasn't been down.
He wore him well.
All they are focused on at the moment is that opportunity of that international competition to win this fight.
At this point, I like to see Soliman come in a little bit more, do a bit more than what he's doing at the moment. He's not
a little busier, you think, Sam?
Absolutely. He's got to do a little more than what he has so far. Big punches there thrown, but nothing really landing by Gurkan. And that's good sportsmanship there.
Yes, excellent.
Got caught up on the ropes, tangled up, and that's good. They like to see that. That's great to see for our sport, and young kids watching out there. Big punches thrown again by Gurkan, but not landing. Soliman more effective on that exchange.
That's what he needs to do.
There's the bell.
Oh, one to go.
Oh, that round I think would have been easily by Gurkan.
Well,
When I say easy, because those two telling punches again.
from that next bell, 2 minutes, and we're going to see who's going to be off to Japan. Gee, that's going to be huge. I mean, yeah, this is just so much for these young men. And have a look at this elimination we've gone through tonight. Some of the great fighters that have come in tonight. Some of the surprises we've seen here tonight.
Yes, the biggest surprise for me was Paul Briggs leaving the tournament so early, and Louie Isofidis, you know. But then again, every guy just such a favourite on this night. Like I take my head off for every one of them. 8 of them.
Oh, look, wonderfully done.
Well, there's Mark May as well. There's one guy that I thought was definitely might be a big chance for the final. Paul Briggs, I felt was going to be a big
Drop.
Only 2 minutes you got. You don't have time for 30 seconds.
I think so far Gurkan is the only favourite that made it to the final stand.
Definitely one of the top seeded fighters to make the final. I think that one would have been K-3 and Mark May. You know, Louie the Ice like that definitely would have been a chance also. This is the round that makes a difference. The fifth and final round. The fifth and final round for the best of the best. The
How do
winner.
you see it independently now? Tarek,
I think Gurkan will be up front a little bit.
Stan?
I would have to say Sam Soliman needs a big round here to win it.
Okay, let's see if the gentlemen are right. Our two experts here with us this evening as we go to this final round. Malcolm Buller, the third man in the ring for this final. It's all up and all up for grabs.
And
Fame and fortune.
All we know, it could be a draw and we could see more rounds in.
You
Well.
never know. What's the rule here? If it's a draw, another round?
If it's a draw, it's another round, Stan. And it's another round after that if it's a draw again.
There you go.
So it's a process of elimination. We must have a winner here tonight at the Glass House. This is international kickboxing like you've never seen it before. Gurkan Ozkan on right of screen in the black
Good
trunks.
right hand. Good right hand again. And a low kick. Sam comes right back.
Some wild punches there landed there by Gurkan Ozkan.
Oh, they need those points.
Sam Soliman hanging in there, showing a lot
Good
of
high
courage.
kick.
Even when he's so tight like that, he throws a high kick and almost lands flash. Let me tell you, very important here. We've got just over a minute to go here in this last round. Who will take away the prize money? Who will be travelling to Japan? Gurkan Ozkan walking up, aggressive, nearly walks into a knee there by Soliman. An overhand there by Soliman. Gurkan working hard. With closing stages here. In the neutral corner, both tied at this point in, both tied. What can they dig in? Gurkan digging in deep into his soul to bring something out here, special for his fans. The crowd screaming. We're in the counting, we're probably 10 seconds to go here in this last round. Nothing really much happening at this point, nothing. It's low kick, spinning kick. Both guys trying hard to entertain their fans and also come out on top here.
Still Ozkan, the aggressor. Have a look at this. And the bell! The bell!
Both guys embrace themselves. They are tired.
The bell. Now, let us not forget, if it's a draw, we go again, but we'll wait and see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a majority victory. 2 judges one way and a draw on another judge's card. Ladies and gentlemen, by majority decision, 2-0-1 draw. The best of the best from the blue corner, Gurkan Ozkan.
Congratulations to Gurkan Ozkan, who will now go to Japan on July 16th, 1995 to fight.